I'm not parked under any trees, so I get the full effect of the rain hitting the top of my metal roof. I just really like that sound, so I'll probably get serenaded to sleep tonight, which is cool. Well, for the last several days I have been hanging out in Ventura. Ventura is a nice little town right on the California coast, just north of Los Angeles. I was hanging out in Los Angeles and Orange County before I came up to Ventura here, and I find Ventura to be a bit more my speed. It's quite a bit more gentle and nice here than LA was. Orange County was a little busy for me too, so I'm happy to be here. Trouble is, it's been pretty rainy and wet and cold the last several days, and I have been kind of stuck in the van just tending to things. I can do a little bit of work while I'm in the van here. I can get some cleaning done, things like that, but I'm ready to get out. So if we get some cooperation from the weather, I want to get out and do a little walk here in a local park. So let's head on up there. So this is Arroyo Verde Park, and I don't know a whole lot about this park other than it was really close to where I parked last night, so it made an easy decision for me just to come here. I did do a little bit of research and know that there are some hiking trails up on the hills up here, which I'm hoping to take advantage of. My hope is that it gets me up in some elevation a little bit so I can actually see the ocean, because I've been here in Ventura, which is right on the coast, and I haven't actually gotten to the ocean yet. So that's my hope, is that I can get a little glimpse of the ocean today. The other thing I know is that there is a dog park here. I didn't realize that until I pulled up, but nice big dog park here. There are some clean restrooms, which is awesome, and parking. So they charge for parking on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Good to know. So if you're coming here on the weekend, expect to have to pay something for parking. Look at this tree. Isn't this awesome? I don't know what kind of tree this is, but this is very cool. I've never seen anything like this, I don't think. Or maybe I should say I haven't noticed anything like this before. It's a cool tree here. There are lots of cool trees around. I am keenly interested in trees right now because I've been in the desert for so long, and I've been wanting to see water and trees. Those are my two things that are high on my list to see. So got trees today, and maybe we can get up on that hike and see some water. If not, we'll have to do something else. But I think right now I need to finish my coffee that I made this morning, and also I have a little odd breakfast that I'm eating this morning. Well, maybe this isn't exactly an odd breakfast, but I have some raw almonds that I bought, and I bought them because they were on sale. They were a really good price, but I actually prefer roasted almonds. I don't usually buy them, though. Price usually scares me away, but I figured since these were such a good deal, I would just take these and roast them myself. Now, I don't have an oven, which is how I would normally do it. I just put them in my pan, roasted them slowly with a little bit of coconut oil, and then once I got them kind of roasted to the way I wanted them, I added a little bit of seasoning to them, which was some soy sauce, and they came out pretty good. They were a little bit sticky, so I threw some nutritional yeast on them just to keep them from sticking together. I don't think the nutritional yeast brought anything to the party, but there's a little bit of nooch on there. I think that's what people called it, called nutritional yeast that are cool. I just call it nutritional yeast. But these are actually pretty good. I made this last night, and this morning I cracked into them, and I can't stop eating them, so these are breakfast. Okay, that's the last of the coffee. Now let's get out and take a hike, if for no other reason than to keep me away from those almonds. I keep opening up the bag and eating more. It's probably not good for me to eat all of them at once. I at least should save some for a little snack later. So, to get away from the almonds, let's take a little walk. It's nice and sunny and gorgeous out, but it's a little breezy, so I'm going to need more than just my sweatshirt here. Actually feels extra breezy out here now. Maybe the wind is picking up a little bit. Now, I don't really know where the trails are, but I have noticed some people walking up behind me on that little ridge and some walking that way. I think I'm going to go that way first because, again, I'm hoping to get some elevation to be able to see the ocean. I don't know if that's possible, but we'll find out. Even with this breeze making it a little extra chilly out, it sure is nice today. It's been just so dark and dreary the last several days. It makes it feel extra nice with all this sun out. Although it's been really stormy around the country, even around the area here in Southern California, but it's been pretty nice in Ventura. I know there's been some flooding around, I've heard, and road closures and all, but seems like Ventura has kind of missed most of that stuff, so it's been a good place to be. Now, I saw a lady walking here. Oh, there's a little trail here. I don't know where it goes, but we'll find out. No, I'm not a real hiker. I'm a walker. I like to walk, and so my approach to walking on trails that might turn into a hike is always go up in elevation, because then when I get tired, I can just let gravity roll me back down, back to where I started from. So that's what I'm going to do here, going up the trail, although this isn't very steep, and I'm having doubts that I'm actually going to be able to see the ocean. I think this is going to take us down in this little canyon or just along the bottom of these hills here. Anyway, it's nice to be out and about, especially on such a beautiful day like today. Well, the trail has led me back to the road and up to the second parking area. Looks like there's a kids' playground down to our right, and there's a nice big area here. It's like a picnic area with a big, huge barbecue over there. This is really cool up here. If you have a group, this would be an awesome place to come meet up. This is such a cool park, and I am happy to get to see all these trees out here. It's just amazing. One thing I am unhappy about is taking this rain jacket. Definitely don't need it now that I'm moving around. Well, now that I've stopped for a second, I think I've taken the wrong trail. I noticed some people have taken this little trail down along here, and I also see some people up on that ridge up there. So probably the best idea for me right now is just double back and take that trail up. May give me the best chance of being able to get a glimpse of the ocean. Hey, here's another good reason to take this trail. Look at that. Rattlesnakes. It's going to add a little bit of excitement to this walk. Well, that was unnecessary. These two trails meet up right here. Could have just kept going. And another thing I just should probably say, repetition for emphasis, is I am not a hiker, and that looks awful steep. I think I'm going to take the lazy, easy loop around here. I think this will take me back to where I just came from because, well, there's a bunch of people up there. I think it's a little steeper than I would like to attempt right now. It is about lunchtime too, and I didn't bring any water. That's my classic move. I never bring water with me. Really should change that in the future. I just don't learn too quick. I am ready for lunch. I'm gonna wash up here, and I think maybe I'll have some eggs. Since I didn't eat eggs this morning for breakfast, I will have an egg burrito for lunch. Sounds good to me. Okay, so I've got some oil and butter in my pan here. I'm gonna fry up some potatoes I have cooked up a couple of nights before. Just had them on standby. And once these get browned up, I'll cook off a couple of eggs. And I've got some green chilies that I'm going to add too, because I really like green chilies with eggs and potato. So that'll be my lunch. I do realize I'm almost out of tortillas just now. It's kind of a bummer. I've been trying to stay on top of that so I don't have to keep driving around. Gas is a little expensive around here in Ventura. There I go again, always bringing up gas prices, and then people like to tell me the price of gas in your neighborhood. Please don't tell me what gas is in your neighborhood. It's very depressing. Yes, I am on the West Coast here, and if you are in this area or anywhere on the West Coast, all the way up to Washington State, you're overpaying for gas. But I think anything more than $1.50 a gallon is overpaying for gas. So again, please don't tell me what you're paying for gas. I don't want to be depressed. I've got a little bit of sticking on my pan, if you can see that, which means it's time for me to do a little bit of work. Just scour it out and put a new layer of oil on that to make it more non-stick, but still pretty good. Now, I am going to add some feta cheese on here. Normally I do cheddar, Tillamook cheddar, but I'm going to go with some feta cheese here today, because I kind of like it with the green chilies. I think it works really well with green chilies. And these green chilies aren't hot, so we're going to fix that by adding some Yellowbird. This is a Yellowbird Serrano hot sauce, my favorite of all time. And that almost finishes off that bottle, but I have another bottle because someone was very nice and bought me a couple bottles of Yellowbird, so I've got plenty as backup here. So thank you again, Paul, for that. Maybe I should just finish this whole bottle off, right? And get to the new bottle that Paul bought me. One of the bottles Paul bought me. There we go. Can't overdo it with hot sauce, I don't think. I have been eating a lot of burritos lately, and I've been doing a lot of egg burritos too. They are fairly inexpensive, even though the eggs have gone up in price a bit, especially if I add other stuff to them like potatoes, which I really like, and especially with the green chilies. I think it makes them much better. If you can't get some Yellowbird, you can usually find some just regular canned green chilies. I think they even sell them at Trader Joe's, just regular canned green chilies, and they add a nice little extra. But of course, Yellowbird is the key to making these really spectacular. So today has been a little bit of an unusual day for me. I've actually gotten out and walked on a trail. Now I was only walking about an hour out on the trails today, but highly unusual. I am mostly a city person. I'm mostly around cities, and that means I'm mostly walking on concrete and blacktop. And it's not that I don't like to be out on a trail. I like this, it's just I'm mostly city-bound. But that has got me thinking about my shoes. And you may know that I have been wearing these shoes from a company called Ultra. I've done some reviews on them and talked very highly about them in the past. These are their Lone Peak model of shoe. This is the second pair I've had. The first pair were the absolute most comfortable shoe I have ever had. They are really well designed for trail use. What I have been noticing though, with this newer pair versus the older pair, is that Ultra has really been looking to kind of refine their products more for their core audience. I am not their core audience. Their core audience are backpackers and trail runners. So doing something more like what I'm doing today, not what I normally do on my everyday jaunts when I'm out and about, just walking on a sidewalk usually. And that's important to note because the changes that they've made to this shoe means that I am wearing this shoe out a lot quicker than my old pair. Now, a couple of the things that they've done to improve the shoe for backpackers and trail runners is they've changed the rubber compound on the tread. And as you can see, I am really tearing through the lugs on the tread quickly, a lot more quick than my old pair, my previous pair. The other thing that I really didn't like about the changes is that they stiffened up the sole. And when I did a review on these, there was a little bit of confusion because I didn't exactly explain that properly. The old pair had a very thin and flexible sole, so it was very easy to flex the sole. One of the improvements that Ultra has made to these shoes for backpackers or somebody that is really going to be giving these shoes a pounding is they've strengthened up the sole, gave them a little more structure, so they don't bend quite as easily as the older pair did. And for me, that's a negative. I am really looking to transition more to a barefoot shoe. Now, I don't want to wear those 5-finger shoes that have the little toes, separate toes on them. I'm not going that route, but I would like something that has a thinner sole to it so that I'm feeling like I am walking barefoot. So unfortunately, these are probably going to be the last pair of Ultras that I buy, and that kind of pains me a little bit. I would not say that I'm disappointed in these shoes, because when I am on trail, I just absolutely adore them. But I think I really need to start looking for another pair of shoes that kind of better suits my everyday walking, unfortunately. Anyway, just a little thought I had since I actually got out onto a trail. I need to do more trail walking in the future. This needs to be more of a thing I do. Well, it's getting kind of chilly, so I think I'm ready for another cup of coffee. The breeze is really picking up outside, so it's feeling much chillier just the last few minutes here. The good thing is the sun is still out, so it's not too chilly outside, but I do wonder what changes are in store. I'm guessing we've got rain on the way. I think there was rain in the forecast for tonight, but looks like it's on the way. I shouldn't be surprised about that. I have, sitting here thinking, I have 3 things that are kind of on my mind. At least 2 of them I could make happen, but first off, I hardly have any tortillas left. I think there's 2, and they're kind of misshapen tortillas too. I don't know, they're kind of strange. But yeah, so I've got 2 left. I would like to buy some more tortillas. That's something I could easily do. I would also really like to get a look at the ocean. I've been in Ventura for days now. Quite a while, and the fact that I haven't gotten down to the ocean is a little odd to me. Normally the ocean's the first place I go, but with the way I like to park, I just like to park in a city somewhere. It's usually easier for me to park away from the beach. It's usually much harder to get parking when I get closer to the ocean, so that's why I've been staying away. It's just been easier staying away. The third thing I've been thinking about, 3. I did 2 there, that's 3. The third thing I was thinking about is I really would like a haircut. I don't know if you've noticed, but I have a mop going on and it's driving me insane. I was thinking this morning it was going to be cold enough outside that I was going to wear a hat, but it's been pretty nice, so I haven't put a hat on, which means I've been dealing with my hair fluttering around all day, especially because it's breezy. I need a haircut. That's not going to happen though today. That's just not going to happen. Well, in my book, food is important, so I'm going to go off to Trader Joe's and buy some more tortillas and maybe some cookies too. Maybe the reason I want to go to Trader Joe's is not really for tortillas necessarily, but might be for cookies. Maybe not. There are 2 Trader Joe's here in Ventura. I've been to the other one. I have not been to this one yet. This one's much nicer. The other one shares a parking lot with a crowded Walmart, and parking lot is just jammed like crazy. This one's much nicer. Plus, there's a Target over there. It seems like there was something I needed from Target. If I remember what that was, I can run over there. Oh, and I almost forgot. I did see a little glimpse of the ocean, just a fleeting glimpse of the ocean. So maybe I can cross that off the list. I have seen the ocean today. That's good. We're making progress. I don't think the haircut's going to get done. I do cut my own hair, so that's why I'm saying it's not going to get done today. I really don't want to do it today. It's too windy and too chilly, and it'll have to be another day. But I do really want a haircut. Let's get the important stuff done. Groceries. It's getting chilly out here. It's definitely looking like rain is gonna happen soon. This Trader Joe's is much nicer than the one on the other side of town. Just the parking lot is a lot better, but inside is better too. It's a bigger store. Seems to be stocked better. All around much better. Okay, so we got tortillas, bought 2 packs. I think I'm gonna try to freeze 1 pack and see how that works. For the times that I'm not gonna be around Trader Joe's and I can't get decent tortillas, I can make tortillas. It's just that I find that it costs me a lot more to make tortillas than it does to buy them at Trader Joe's. So when I have Trader Joe's, I like to take advantage of that fact. Okay, so tortillas are good. I bought more beans for burritos because I'm on a burrito kick. And decided to make my burritos a little more exciting. So I bought some guacamole. Can't seem to find any avocados that are ripe and ready to go. Every once in a while I can, and if I can, I buy them, but they just don't ripen in the van here because I don't have any windows. So I buy guacamole once in a while. And then sour cream. I haven't had sour cream in a long time, but I just thought, might as well try it. And then I didn't buy any cookies, of course, because, cookies are bad for you. Sugar's terrible for you. So just stay away from sugar. Just buy food and don't bother, going with that urge to buy yourself some cookies. Just don't do it. It could be difficult, but if you have good willpower, you can get through that store and just buy good, decent food. Okay, getting all this put away. I think I need to get some meat out of my freezer. I've got some frozen beef in my freezer, so I'm going to get that out. I don't know if that'll be thawed in time for dinner, but I'll get it out now because if I don't eat it today, I'll eat it tomorrow. One thing I've been doing for the last year or so is I've been using these insulated grocery bags as kind of a way to help me stay on top of my food supply. There's a lot of times I'm in towns that don't have stores that I like to shop at. I normally only shop at Trader Joe's and Grocery Outlet if I can, but a lot of times there just aren't those options in a lot of cities around. So especially when I am traveling to places that I don't have these stores that I like to shop at, I do this, and this is kind of my working supply of food. So all the food that I'm going to be eating regularly through the week, I put in here, and then all my bags that I have, I've got 3 more of these bags that are down under my bed, and they have all the food that I don't normally eat every week. So pasta, I've got some dried potatoes, instant potatoes, things like that, all go down under the bed. And this has actually worked out really well for me. I don't like having to move this side to side because it does take up a bunch of space up here. Obviously I can't leave this up here when I'm sleeping, so I have to move it down onto the floor. But it does help with just giving me more food storage, which is what I really like. Nowadays I'm just thinking I need to have more water and more food always on hand. More fuel too is one of those things. Just always on hand as much as I possibly can. And because I'm kind of limited on space in a little tiny van here, this has worked out well for me. Uh-oh, I'm hearing raindrops. It didn't take long. Well, we knew it was going to rain, I guess, but I was hoping that it was going to hold off for a little bit longer. I was thinking I was going to take another walk around because I normally do take another walk around at night when right before I go to bed. But I may not want to do that if it's pouring rain. It's just sprinkling now, so it's not too bad yet. I'm almost done with my coffee. I notice when it's chillier, I chug my coffee. When it's warmer, I sip it and enjoy it. It's kind of a problem. I don't really try to limit myself with how much coffee I'm drinking, but I don't like to drink too much. So it's just something that I think about. I have been thinking about getting a different mug too. This one's fantastic. And I do have this one up here. It's really nice, this handmade Polish mug here. I really like this one, but I don't like drinking coffee out of it. It's really heavy and awkward to hold. I really should gift this to somebody that would actually use it, but I like it so much that I just hang on to it. There's actually a funny story about this. I actually gave this away to a friend and missed it so much I actually asked for it back. And she was nice enough to give it back to me. So I don't want to give it away again because I remember how that happened before. So almost done with my coffee. I'm thinking maybe I should do a little walk now before the rain comes on full, because I think it's supposed to get rainier as the evening goes on. So maybe I should just go for a little walk now. I can leave the van here. I'll walk over to Target. Maybe I'll remember what that thing was that I thought I needed. Maybe I already bought it. Maybe it was, I don't remember. Anyway, maybe it'll jog my memory. And if not, at least I'll get a little more walking in. So a couple of more sips of my dwindling coffee, and then I am off on a little walkabout. Well, as of yet, the rain is not coming down too bad. It's just drizzly out. Steady drizzle, but just drizzly out, so not bad at all. And I could not remember what I was thinking I might need at Target, but I took a look around and I'm all stocked up on everything, so it must not be I actually needed anything. I went ahead and bought something though since I was in there. I bought some coffee, of course. This is Intelligentsia coffee, Black Cat Espresso, and I talk a lot about light roast coffee, and believe it or not, even though this is called Black Cat Espresso, kind of make you think it's a darker roast. Whenever you see espresso, it's usually a darker roast. But this is not a dark roast coffee. This is a lighter roast coffee. And if you're ever curious about trying a light roast coffee for the first time and just don't know which one to try first, this is my recommendation. I really like this coffee. I bought this because it was on sale. It's $3 off this week. So it's the only time I ever buy this coffee, but if it's on sale. Yeah, fantastic stuff. And if you really have never had light roast coffee, this is a good one to start with because it's just really good. It's sweet. It's just really super complex and just fantastic. So I will crack into that in the next couple of days because I'm almost out of the bag that I'm working on right now. So coffee's taken care of. Maybe that was the thing I was thinking I needed from Target because I knew it was on sale. Maybe that's what I was thinking. Well, I think it's time to go find a place to park for the night. And I think I'm just going to go back to where I parked last night. It was a nice neighborhood, fairly quiet, just street parking near a bunch of condominiums and apartments and houses too. So it was easy, it was nice, it was quiet. Let's just go back there. Well, it's funny. This is probably about 2 spots over from where I parked last night, so basically the same spot. That's one of the disadvantages of always moving around and being in a new town is that it's sometimes difficult to search out a parking spot for the night. So it's nice if you're hanging around a place for a while and you get a few spots you know. If I find a spot that has worked for me before, I'm just going to use it again because why not? This was a nice neighborhood last night. I don't see why it wouldn't be a nice neighborhood tonight. There's a little bit of traffic that goes by until a little bit later. But usually pretty quiet here, I think. So now I can get dinner on. I think this is going to take a few extra minutes because I do want to use one of these beef patties, but they're still frozen, so I think I can defrost it and then cook it, but it'll just take an extra few minutes to get it defrosted. Now, this is not my best cooking job, but I'm getting it done. Got a little smoky in here because I was trying to cook that meat without it being fully thawed out, but got there in the end. Okay, so I'm gonna build these burritos here. I got 2 nice big burritos. Gonna load them right up with my guacamole. This is spicy guacamole, and some sour cream. I did realize I probably should have bought some more feta cheese when I was at Trader Joe's. I've just got half a pack left. I'm enjoying this feta. I should buy it more often. A hefty amount of feta cheese on there. That's why I'm going through that pack so quickly, as I get a little heavy-handed with the feta. And sour cream. There's something about sour cream and feta together. I don't know what it is, but it's just an incredible combination. And then I have my new bottle of Yellowbird. Hopefully it won't be too spicy with that spicy guacamole. Oh yeah. This is why I like burritos. This is not a terribly expensive burrito here, although I did get a little extravagant here. I don't normally have sour cream. I don't normally buy guacamole. The feta cheese is a little more expensive than my regular cheddar. And then we know that Yellowbird is not the cheapest thing either, but boy, these look so good. I think I'm going to enjoy this. There's no thinking here. I know I'm going to enjoy this. Well, just as I was finishing my dinner, the rain started. You can probably hear it now. I'm not parked under any trees, so I get the full effect of the rain hitting the top of my metal roof. I just really like that sound, so I'll probably get serenaded to sleep tonight, which is cool. But it's still early yet, fairly early yet, so I'll probably make some coffee and watch a YouTube video or two before I start to head to bed. One thing I wished I had done, though, was I wished I'd bought those cookies. Really would have liked some cookies tonight. But, you know, we have to be good on our diet and just, you know, only buy good food. So I'm happy about that. Happy that I stuck to my plan there. Anyway, thanks for watching today. I really appreciate it.